Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim here to do a reading for you guys, and we're going to start with a meditation as not a meditation, but that I have done a meditation just now, about approximately 10 minutes, and it was for the main message for this reading. Going to come in the form of like a story here, and my intention is that if you are vibrating at the frequency that can be understood by this reading, that that you will be okay, that if you're here, that you will be at this frequency to understand the message and how it pertains to you, or to be able to resonate with it. Actually, I don't know, I'm getting tongue tied. So I do have private readings available. Those are 3 different prices in the description box. And of course, my love goes out to you. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate all the comments. I love that. It's like the light of my day is to go over the comment section. So thank you for all of that support. All right, so we'll get into it, okay? So the beginning of the meditation, I was in what looked to be like upscale neighborhood, okay, and like upscale or doing good, okay, and this could actually represent somebody, regardless of where you're living, as someone that just having a lot of stuff, okay, lots of stuff, the stereo, the speakers, the nice this, nice that, okay, well, so that stuff in the meditation was taken away. All of it was taken away. I'm actually in this meditation with another person initially in this place, right? And so then we start the walk is what I'm going to call it. It is feeling like it's kind of dark everywhere. Okay, and then so as we're walking, me and this other energy are all of a sudden kind of arguing and not getting along, and there's a direct tie to karmic situation, but also being part of having been joined because of the illusions with wherever we started from in that matrix. All right, we could call it a matrix. That's a good word for it. As something that was false, an illusion, lots of things that caused or brought on temporary happiness, right? And so those things, necessity, they were to be taken away actually for this journey to even begin. This other energy, though, in the meditation decided at some point there was a break off. There was slowly this trail that we are on is turning into more and more desert-like conditions, and it's getting darker and darker, and it's actually even getting a little chilly, and since we don't have as many belongings, now we're shivering a little bit. Off to the right is something that you could call that I saw that was like a half breakdown matrix, like where there's partial awakening, there's partial realization, but there's this need I want to take that pill because I want to feel comfort, and I'm not really wanting to go on this whole long through the desert with you, right? And so the arguing stops, obviously, and then this person goes off to be in the half awake, whatever part. And so it's like having stuff, but probably not as much stuff as what we started off with, right? You, however, the person I am is representing the collective, and so we are still walking. We are being pulled I saw a heart chakra that was like a green pulsating light of it feels like to me that there was a pull for this quest, and so whew. So then what happens is we're walking through this desert. It's pretty dark. Like I said, it's all right. So a few things happen. there's the shedding initially of the material things, and now there's a shedding of the toxins from the body, and there's a shedding of addictions, and even I'm talking about even addictions to food. Look, I was a big fast food junkie, real big time, like all the time. I probably would eat it 3 times a day and not really even caring that my cholesterol was off the roof, but whatever, we're not have to talk about that. But point is that as example of those types of things shed, our bodies were obviously getting different, we're getting stronger, and we're getting more clarity of exactly where we are and where we had been. So memories come in of people that you have loved and trusted from the past, people that were probably family members, and then the truth behind a lot of things. And this is where this trail or this path got disturbing, was to know, oh, that's really what was going on. Oh, that's this reality that I have to face. Is the hardest thing to face is when somebody that is very close, is supposed to be exactly right by your side, on your side, has been a certain way your whole life. And then you realize it, and it's not just one, it's a lot of energies treating your energy a certain way that maybe we're not awakened to. And then this is that disturbing awakening part. Okay, that can be followed by anger, resentment, and a lot of things to figure out. Okay, so we move past that. We find forgiveness, we find compassion, we find the real meaning of it when we're able to hold unconditional love for even the hard experiences. So this can even be traumas that we're having to go over. And then on top of that, this journey has been traumatic. Just period. Okay, so then there's that. And I feel like there's some type of oasis, okay, because in my meditation I actually saw people or houses that had been in this desert space, which I'm going to say is a spiritual journey, okay, the spiritual quest, have always been in these spots, holding space for those on a journey is what I saw. These were special souls that have been here holding space for a very long time, and you could be, instead of from my point of view, you could be one of those people that have been anchored in this desert spiritual quest time, okay, to hold space and love. And also there was like an oasis near where they were at. And so periodically when you needed things on this journey, the shoes that got worn because of the walking continually, metaphorically, the clothes that got torn because of the weather, these little outposts and these people that were put here by spirit, by the divine, it was part, like you can look back and say, oh, this was all a divine plan. They were part of the divine plan to make sure that you got reassurance on your journey and that you got everything that you needed for it. Okay, and we're talking about the basics here because the real gifts come soon in this journey. Already probably for some. So because now we're going past and we have been replenished. We have been lifted up. We've had some successes that are now built from a loving, unconditional spiritual basis. And now as we're healing, memories can flood in that are good. Okay, memories that are really good. Some of you all, I'm picking up on, I didn't in the meditation, but I'm picking up on some of you all started to have memories of past life memories that were good. Whether you could actually distinguish that was what was going on or not. And so those were also spiritual food or manna, you could say, to help you get through to this next post, okay? Because it's really dark at this point, and this feels like a dark night of the soul, and Spirit's doing everything and anything to lift your spirits up, to continually to encourage you, because the divine plan knows that all of these things are changing with you. All the eating habits, all of the patterns and behaviors that we're shedding is ultimately going to get you into a different state of mind and they're wanting to keep that heart space still radiating love, even in the darkest times. And so it does. Okay. And so you go along a little bit further, and the light starts to come out. And as the light starts to come out, you've been getting hints and synchronicities and signs since the beginning of this journey, especially with angel numbers and synchronicities. Spiritual gifts, abilities popping in and out throughout this journey, here and there, to let you know, to reaffirm you're not crazy. That's what it is. And then this is you at this point getting really in tune and actually fine-tuning now some spiritual gifts, maybe even incorporating it in career and things like that. Okay, and purpose, and finding purpose to that. That is where I feel like a lot of spiritual gifts, but once the light started coming out, to me it represented this onboard activation of the things that were always meant to come out. They had to come out at an appropriate time. If they would have come out when you were here with having everything, you might have disregarded them, not used them, or you might have even used them for the wrong way. Okay, and then at the end of this journey, nearing the end, because it's not over, right? As the light comes up, you look around and you notice all of these other people. Oh my Lord, there's a lot of people. They all look like you. They're all kind of haggard and worn out, but have some really big, beautiful heart space. And they're all telepathically connected, this group, this soul group that you're walking with. And that's when the recognition as soul family starts to come in, is when the darkness is lifted, depression alleviated, anxiety is alleviated. And clearly you can see that people are actually walking on this line with Source Creator. Eyes are open to the reality of what is being perceived by the world. It's important for me to say what is being perceived by the world, because at this time what is being perceived is light and dark fighting each other, okay, and having it out there. It's not that these things are not true. It is just that this path, this journey is one, you're becoming very aware of these two different sides, because they are real, as far as it is what's being perceived, and they're not like figments of the imagination. This can make you feel a little crazy, actually, to know and to see very clearly. You have to, that's why it's very important with that type of vision and that type of ability, that your body is healthy and that your attachments are as minimum as possible. For sure. Doesn't mean you can't have whatever, you want. It just means, what is your attachment to that? And so I see this group walking on this line of the divine plan without judgment, but being fully aware of the sides that are perceived at this time, being fully aware of chaos that can ensue, being fully aware of disasters, maybe even predicting some. Like, this is where the line is. Ultimately, this is a line of staying on unconditional love and unity. It is about unity. It comes back to it. And so I see this circle. It's a cycle completion of, started with this beautiful light body, started with the ability to travel and vibrate so fast that time was almost slow for you to enjoy everything. And then dense, and then we come back around, and this, the good news is, we're coming back around. Coming back around again. And so that was the 14 minutes. Wow, that was the meditation. It was a big one, though, okay? It was a big one. I hope that helped you as far as to know what other people have experienced too. Okay. To be able to relate. Okay, so let's just give me a message here with Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, and let's Let's get something. It was basically a channeled message from my meditation, but okay, some people could feel like there's coagulation at this time where you're being, oh, okay, well, you're being guided, though. Okay, so I would say that, all right, the coagulation is when a lot of other things group together and get put on you that are not necessarily yours, but then you find yourself there. Sometimes these experiences of stuckness or spiritual stuck might be possibly there to make you feel a certain thing. And I picked that up on a message before this reading about why am I in here? Why am I having this experience? Because it's always good to even figure out the intention of the divine. It helps you understand the divine plan, you know. But you're being guided out of a situation that you felt really stuck. I would expect kind of like miraculous things to happen when your guides get involved with getting you spiritually unstuck or physically unstuck from a situation. You could be being guided also on how to shake off unwanted energies, how to not get so wrapped up in them that you yourself get stuck. So there's something about being guided through this. Benevolent guide. Benevolent guide. Okay, it can have to do, if some of you all feel like a financial constraint, not for purpose of attachment, but for purpose of like wanting to go where you want to go, wanting to travel, wanting to, you deserve the good foods in life, you deserve all of that. It's just like some kind of major process to go through first. Then that's what's coming, because this is the harvest, and this says autumn. It's when the season is changing. There's 9 pentacles or 9 golden balls that I see in that tree. So there is a big gain, and you will reap your harvest for this journey. I think you should just know that. Know that. Whatever you're needing is going to come. It's the spark of light. Perhaps you feel it in your blood. Oh, you have the conjunction. And I was also being guided in this meditation to tell you that not everybody made it. Okay? That it was hard. And that there were a lot of energies, and there still are a lot of energies that really need unconditional love at this time, having a hard time ridding themselves of some pretty toxic things, and that some of them, well, look at the fentanyl crisis, you know, it's killing people. It's killing people because this energy is trying desperately to get people to shed from what was an old matrix and stop hurting themselves. But not all made it, and a lot of those people were on this spiritual journey right alongside with you. Just had trouble letting go of some things, and so they need our compassionate action at this time. Also, people like that, people in need compassionate action. So there's a conjunction. There's some type of union, merging of an experience, partnership coming in that is divine. It's divinely guided. It is being brought together, and there's something really nice and infinite about this. Like, it's been infinitely creating. What I love, though, this happened in the last reading with you all. This benevolent guide looks like it's right there in the middle, bringing together a conjunction where you're going to feel that unconditional love also from another individual. So it won't just be coming from your heart space. Like, yes, you're here to hold that space of no judgment, unconditional love, but you're also here to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and this is considered a fruit of your labor. This conjunction will be like a gift, a spark in the light. A spark in the light. Oh, that's interesting. A spark in the dark. A spark in the dark. And it feels like a love thing, but of course love is imbued in everything, so it can be whatever you feel is going to be like the loving experience for you to enjoy. It will make you feel like you're alive again. Your blood is changing. That's interesting because blood can get they can have coagulation too. That's what causes blood clots. Or it is just what happens. like I don't know, I didn't word that the right way. So there's something changing with the blood. There's something changing in your blood. There's the ruby, the red rose, the mercury. This is a communication, inspiration, travel. And the fog is slowly lifting if you look at how that's positioned. The fog is slowly lifting. Incoming communication, it's being pointed to that conjunction. So it's going to make you feel like, hey, there's a spark of light. There's something to look forward to. It's like running into another house that has been positioned in there on this journey for you that has an oasis. You're here to pioneer something. Boldness, destination or bust, the cutting edge, the long journey, trailblaze, true grit, challenge, navigating uncharted territory, and you truly have unflappable courage. I saw yes. You have unflappable courage, fortress, fortitude, so much about strength and staying on the path, right? Fortitude, staying power, stubborn, sealed off, aloof, prepared, backbone, endurer, lasting, ready for anything, determined, unbreakable, true grit, what it takes. Coin toss, choices, either or, to be fair, considering pros and cons, fate, two sides to every story, butterfly effect, taking a chance, possibly about taking a chance. I think you're going to be healing some issues, definitely healing some things that were underlying causes, causing you headaches or illness. Like you'll be, the way that came out, I feel like that's what's going to be relieved, is the headache. Blood pressure also can be, there's a certain type of headache in the middle of the, like if the top to the middle part of the, not the back on the bottom, but slightly near the back and on the top in the middle of the head, that's very much so related to blood pressure. Just be careful with that. But I feel like something's going to get solved with that. Okay, grapes, abundance, bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy, overindulgence, tempting, goodness, plentiful wealth, enjoying the fruits of your labor. Bedroom, sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, and call it a day. Oh, also sexuality is coming up. So new passion and attraction. You could be attracting new passion and attraction. Challenges, take time out from problems or conflicts to approach softly. So these are the challenges here that you're being guided through. Flowers. Flowers will help brighten up your place. And then love is coming out. Love is in the air. Great time for commitment, taking relationships to the next level. I think that's what you're being guided to with that conjunction. It's a divine union or merging. Zero, zero, zero. I am a creator. That's what that card says. You are one with the Creator. There's no limits to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on Earth. I am a creator. 000. Very powerful number to give. Clairvoyance. There's your flower. Clear smelling. A lot of social media platforms are popping out here. I don't know. Ascension number 1, DNA and cell structure change, is on the bottom of the deck. I have 4, Ascension number 4, warmth ether, senses are being realigned. That can have something to do with clear smelling too. And all your senses. I mean, not just that. But X with a 0 around it, demonologist, entity banishing and removal. Author, writing down your spiritual experiences or blogging them. It was 2525 when I said that, and that's associated with intelligence. Okay, so Ascension number 3, air, in-breath, decodes energies. Instagram platform, sharing your progress or your spiritual journey, inspiring others. Pendulum reader. It says scrying or rune casting or dowsing. And we also have 2 X's here. Twitter platform, spiritual involvements or participations. Indigo child, born between 1958 and 1968 is popping out. Look, these might be the people that are holding space in the desert with those houses, metaphorically. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like this group was preparing you for, or preparing for your journey in a sense, alpha generation. So it'd be like a first wave. Spiritual herbalist, spiritual healer, healing rituals, ancient wisdom. Oh, and thank you to Gaia. Thank you to Terra Mater, right, for allowing us to have our journey on top of her beautiful soul. So YouTube platform, spiritual callings. I already said that one. And then I have life path number 2, the partner, ruling planet, the moon. There's just a lot of mystery. A lot of mystery in this. And that's the area code where I grew up from. That's so weird. 423. All right. So, love you all. Sending out lots of love. Always sending out light if I can. If I got it, I'll send it. So, bye.